Hello everyone. Today we'll be finishing our binomial chapter, and then hopefully in the next video we'll be doing a few past paper questions. Alright then, here we have a question in which once again we have more than two terms, a binomial with three terms. So once again we will try and solve this. This time I'll be taking this one as A and this whole equation as B. Alright, and then what this question is asking us is to find A and B. Now then, first we see that it has a power of 4, therefore we will have to expand this. However, till where should we expand this? Till where should we expand this? We should expand it until we reach a power of square. So, to make it easier for us, we can just expand it till r equals to 2. Alright, we can just do it like that. Alright, let us try this. 1 plus ax plus bx square power 4 is equals to, firstly 1, which is a power of 4 plus 4c1 into a into 1 with a power of 3, and ax plus bx squared with a power of 1, and then 4c2 into 1 power 2 ax plus bx square power squared. Now then, we do not need to move any forward because we will reach into the category of cubes, and this is not a requirement right now. 1 plus 4 into 1 into ax plus bx square plus, so then what is 4c2? 4c2 is 6 into 1 into, now then we need to expand this, so this becomes a square x square. Now then, this gives us 2 into ax into bx square. As you can see that when we resolve this, we will get an x cube value. So we do not need to resolve this as our limit is still square. Same for this. Here bx square will have a whole power of a square, and this would result in a x4, and we do not need an x4. Therefore, we will not be expanding this fully. We will only expand it till here. Alright, now then 1 plus 4ax plus 4bx square plus 6a square x square. Now then, we need to take common, which will be 1 plus 4ax firstly, then plus x square into 4b plus 6a square. And now we can just solve this by comparing both of these. So what we have to do here is firstly write this as 1 plus 4ax plus x square into 4b plus 6a square, and this is comparable to 1 plus 8x plus 32x square, and that's it. Now we compare the coefficients of x and x square. Here the coefficient of x is 8 and 4a, so 4a is equals to 8. 1 second. 4a is equals to 8. Therefore, a is 2. And now for x square, this will be 4b plus 6a square is equals to 32. So then 4b is plus 6 into 2 squared is equals to 32. And this gives us 4b equals to 32 minus 6 into 4, which is 24. So 32 minus 24. 32 minus 24 is 8. So 4b equals to 8. Therefore, b is also equals to 2. And this is how we found a and b using the comparison method. Now then, here we have another question. Here it is asking us to find the term independent of x in the expansion of this. Now then, what does this mean? Find the term independent of x. Basically, a term which does not have an x. So, for example, if I say 2, this is an this is a term which is independent of x. It does not have any x. I can also write this as 2 into x power 0, as anything that is a power of 0 basically becomes 1. So this is basically 2 into 1 gives us 2. Alright, so the term independent of x basically means find me a term which has a coefficient of x power 0. Now then, one thing we can do is expand this whole term and from that find a term which has a term independent of x. However, we can also do another thing, which is that we use the method of 6CR. So then, what do I mean by this 6CR? So if you remember, we once discussed what NCR is. NCR is basically n into n minus 1, n minus 2, and so on. Alright? Over it is r factorial. Alright, so this was like our NCR. Now then, what can we do to directly find the term independent of x? Alright, so then, firstly, in a common binomial, we have a term like this, NCR into a n minus r into b r, right? So then all we have to do is replace these with the values we have. So here our n is 6, right? Our n is 6, and then our a is x, and then our b is this whole term. This is our b, which is the whole term. So we do not know the r, but we know n, a, and b. So what we need to do is replace these. 6CR into x. Our n is 6 and our r is r. 6 minus r. Our b is 3 over x square power r. Now then, to make this simpler, what I will do is take this r, take this x to the top, to the denominator, to the numerator. So this becomes 3 into x power minus 2 r, x into 6 minus r, and 6CR. Now then, as the terms of x are multiplying with each other, we can add their powers. So this is 6CR into x, 6 minus, sorry, before we do that, we need to apply this r. So 3 power r, x minus 2r. And then this x becomes 6 minus r, and as we are adding it, minus 2r. So then this 6 then becomes 6 minus 3r. Now then, what we discussed earlier was that we need an x which has a power of 0, right? So what you will agree with me right now is that this 6 minus 3r is the power of x, right? This 6 minus 3r is the power of x. However, we want the power to be 0. So how are we supposed to do that? What we can do is equate this 6 minus 3r, which is as of right now the power of x. 6 minus 3r is the power of x, and we want this power to be equals to 0, right? We want the power of x to be 0. So we just equate the power 6 minus 3r is equal to 0. And this way we can find r. R is 2. Now then, what we can do is now replace this r in the equation we found. So 6c2 into x. 6 minus 3 into 2 into 3 power 2. Alright, and now 62 will give us, 62 is 15 into x. This becomes 6 minus 3 into 6 is 0. So this is 6 minus 6, which is 0, and 3 squared is 9. So then 15 into 9 is 135 into x power 0. X is 1, so 135 is our answer. We basically directly found the term that they asked us to find. We basically found the term that they wanted us to find. So then, why did we do this? Basically, we can use this to find it, to basically find the term they are asking us rather than resolving this whole term, because that takes up a lot of time. All right, so basically this is a formula to find a term directly. All right, now then, let me do a few more questions and then you will understand this even better. Okay then, here we have another question in which it is asking us to find the coefficient of x cube directly. Alright, we do not need to expand this such a huge term. Alright, we can just find this x cube directly using the method described above. So, once again, let me write you the base binomial term, alright, which is NCR into A n minus R into 2, sorry, into B R. Okay then. Now all we have to do is replace the n, the A, and the B. Alright, so let us first know what our n is. N is 12. A is x. And B is this whole term 2 over x squared. So this is our B. Now n is 12. C. R is R. We do not know R yet. And A is x. 12 minus R into B. B is 2 over x square power R. Now then we take this x square to the top. So this becomes 2x minus 2 power R. And this is x. 12 minus R. Alright. And this is 12 CR. Now then, we resolve this a bit more, where x is still 12 minus R. And we basically resolve this, so this becomes 12 2R into x minus 2R. So 12CR is now x into 12 minus R minus 2R, because whenever terms get multiplied, their powers get added. So this is what we did. Now this becomes x. 12 minus 3R, 2R, and this is 12CR. Now then, our goal is to have a x with a power of 3, with a power of 3. However, as of right now, the power of x is 12 minus 3R. So we can basically equate this to become 3, right? We want the power of x to be 3. So we say that 12 minus 3R is equals to 3. Now then, we can just resolve this. 12 minus 3 is equals to 3R. 9 equals to 3R. And therefore, R is 3. Alright, R is 3. Now we have the value of R where the power of x is cube, or 3, whatever you like to say. Now then, all we have to do is replace this replace this value of R in our above equation. So 12C3 into x. 12 minus 3R, which is 3. So 3 to 3. And then 2 power R, which is 3. And this, and then 12C3 is 220. So 220 into x. 12 minus 9. 2 power 3 is 8. 220 into 8 gives us 1760 x power 3. And there it is. There is our answer. They asked us to find the coefficient of x cube in this expansion, and the coefficient of x cube, as we just found out, is 1760. See, pretty simple. Whenever you want to find a term directly, you use this method. Alright, people like to call this method as TN. But just know that this is a way to find it out. Alright, you don't need to go into the details of TN and plus r, like all of them. No need to go for the tn plus 1 and thus and the rest. All right, just know that whatever term you need to find, you just need to equate the power of x with that term. So if you want to find the you can say x power 4, just equate the power you found out like this to 4, and then you will have the value of r where x is 4. All right, let us do another question. Okay, then here we have another question requiring us to find a term directly, which here it is asking us to find the coefficient of x power 5 in the expansion of this. So then we will once again do our method where we do NCR. All right, let me write that for you again. NCR into A n minus R B power R. All right. Now then, the second thing we need to do is identify which is R and which is N, which is A, and which is B. So this 7 is N. X square is A minus 2 over x is B. Alright, remember that we need to include the minus. And so we say 7CR into A is x square and is 7, so 7 minus R. And then this B will be minus 2 over x power R. Alright, and then this becomes 7CR. Alright, know that these powers will be multiplied with each other. Do not forget that. Alright, the powers will be multiplied with each other. So x into 2 into 7 minus r. Alright, do not forget the powers multiply with each other. Into minus 2 into x power minus 1. Alright, we brought this x to the numerator. And then this becomes 7CR into x. 7 into 2 is 14 minus 2r. And then this is minus 2 power r into x minus r. Alright. And now this is 7CR x 14 minus 2r into, oh sorry, minus r. And then this is minus 2 power r. 7CR into x 14 minus 3r into minus 2 power r. Now then, we want this power of x to become 5. Alright, we want the power of 5 with x. So we will equate this. 14 minus 3r is equals to 5. And this becomes 14 minus 5 equals to 3r. So 3r is equals to 11. Sorry, 9. So r is equals to 3. And now we can just plug in this value of r into this to find our answer. So 7c3 into x 14 minus 3 into 3 into minus 2, which is a power of r, which is 3. So 7c3 is 35. And this 14 minus 3 into and this becomes x 14 minus 3 into 3, which is 9, and this becomes minus 8. And 35 into 8 is negative 280 into x 14 minus 9 is 5, and there is our answer. It asked us to find the coefficient of x5, which is 280, and there it is. We found our answer. Alright, as you can see that all we have to do to find it, basically find terms directly, is use this method. Alright then, now for today this is our last question. This is a different type of question, so you must focus a lot on it. Firstly, it is asking us to expand this in ascending powers of x up to the term in x cube. Alright, so basically we have to expand this till x cube. So as it is in linear, we can see that there is only one x, so we just have to do it till r equals to 3. Alright, now then let us do it. 2 plus x over 4 whole power 6. Now then, 2 power 6 plus 6 see 1 into 2 power 5 into x over 4, which is the power of 1, plus 6c2 into 2 power 4, and then x over 4 into 4 minus, basically 6 minus 2 is, oh sorry, power of r, so 2, plus 6c3 into 2, so this becomes 6 minus 3 is 3, and then x over 4 is equals, oh, power has a power of 3 as well, and now we do not need to expand this any further. Now then, let us solve this. So 2 power of 6 gives us 64, plus 6c1 is 6, 2 power 5 is 32, and into x over 4, plus 6c2 is 15, into 2 power 4 is 16, and then this lastly will be x square over 4 power square is 16 as well. Now then 6c3 gives us 20, and 2 power 3 is 8, and then x over 4 power cube gives us x cube over 64. Alright, now then let's resolve this. 64 plus 6 into 32 over 4 gives us 48, x plus 15 x square plus 20 into 8 over 64 gives us 5 over 2 x cube. Alright, so we did what they asked. We expanded the term till x cube. Okay, now then it is asking us to find an approximate value of this. Now then, seeing this, you'd be like, I could just plug this in our calculator and find it. However, we are not supposed to find it like that. There is something that you need to notice, is that this, oh sorry, this doesn't look well, that this and this are the same, right? Same powers. Now then, as you can see, as they are the same, this means that this can be equated with this, alright? These two terms can be equated with each other, as both of them have the same power. So what I need to do is firstly equate these two so that I can find the value of x. So what I will do is write 2 plus x over 4 into 1.9975, and now I can do x over 4 is equals to 1.9975 minus 2, and then this gives me x equals to 4 into, alright, so firstly 1.9975 minus 2, it gives us minus uh, minus 2. Okay, so let me tell you what we need to do here. Basically, calculator will provide you with this answer. So what are we supposed to do when we have an answer like this? How are we supposed to convert it into, you can say, normal decimal, because you might not be familiar with such a form. So whenever you have a negative, a 10 with a negative power, all you have to do is take this decimal place backwards an amount of times which is written uh, over the over 10. So here 10 says -3, so I take this decimal point backwards 3 times. So 2.5 exponent minus 3 negative, let me write it somewhere else. So 1, 2, 3. So this is how we basically resolve this exponent minus 3, and now you can like forget this exponent minus 3 here, right? So this is 0.0025. Okay, we basically took it back 3 times. So negative 0.0025. So x is equals to 4 into 0.0025. This gives us negative 0.01. Alright. or you could have just like inputted this into the calculator, you would have also gotten learned like this, but this gave us an opportunity to explore what this is. All right, so now we have a power of x which is equals to negative 0.01. So what is our next step? Firstly, we write what they told us, 1.9975 power 6. Now then, we have to make this, basically we understood the fact that this and this are the same. All right, so this must mean that this also applies here. Okay, so 64 plus 48x plus 15x square plus 5 over 2 x cube. Now then, I just need to replace all the x's with this new x that I just found. Okay, so 64 plus 48 into negative 0.01 plus 15 into negative 0.01 squared plus 5 over 2 into negative 0.01 x cube. Okay, 64 plus, okay, so I'm like directly going to do the answers now. So this would be, give me a second. Okay, so this would be negative 48 into 0.01 would give me 0.48. Now this would give me 15 into 0.01 negative 0.01 squared. So this gives me 1.5 exponent minus 3 plus, sorry, negative 5 over 2 into 0.01 cube. So this gives me negative 2.5 exponent minus 8. Now then, just basically plug the rest into your calculator and you'll get your answer. 64 minus 0.48 plus 1.5 exponent minus 3 minus 2.5 exponent minus 8. So this gives me the answer 63.521. Okay, so this is our answer. Now then, as we are in CIE, we need to give our answer in 3 significant figures. Our answer will be 63.5. Now then, one more thing. If you like just want to like check if your answer is correct, you can basically input this into your calculator and see if this, the answer you get in your calculator, matches with this. If it does, then you are correct. Okay. So then this was basically the chapter of binomial theorem. We are done with this chapter. In the next video, we'll be doing our past paper questions of this chapter, and then hopefully we'll move on to the next one. Thank you.